My own experiences as a student in interdisciplinary studies have provided me a unique outlook on each of my three minors simply because of what I learned about the other. Social scientists such as sociologists and psychologists form theories based on observations and measurements of population. Having an inquisitive approach but withholding judgment until the data is available helps the social scientists to look at things objectively. Both psychology and sociology are social sciences, but there are certain applied disciplines that are applied as well. Psychologists are more concerned on the individual, while sociologists are more concentrated with groups when applying theories to statistical measures. But both would limit their conversations to things that can be measured thanks to their social sciences methodologies. History disciplines can at times appear to straddle more than one methodology. Historians are charged with weaving a story using facts, and that in itself can be similar to a social scientist. Depending on how a historian chooses to weave the facts, the story will change. But history can mainly be seen as a humanities discipline because it fleshes out the past in a narrative form while possibly taking certain liberties when claiming something is nonfiction. The humanities side of histories can address subjects like love that a social scientist would have a tougher time discussing because it cannot be measured. A student with insight into the methodologies of humanities and social sciences also has the benefit of applying different methods of thinking to the knowledge they may receive in each different course. Having a social sciences minor can influence students taking humanities course to look at things differently than they would if their only method of thinking was of a single discipline. Just because a history book tells one story with a background in social sciences, students may be more likely to question why certain facts and events do not add up with what they know of a social group. Listening to a history professor lecture about civil rights cannot really give students today an appreciation of the events unless they have an understanding of the social factors that surrounded that time period. Psychologically and sociologically, people of the civil rights era often were conditioned to think and act similar to their peers. Likewise, the narrative provided by history fleshes out theories of early psychology and sociology. Why were mental illness theories that today are seemingly ridiculous looked at with credibility in early psychology? Having a historical and sociological understanding of the time period helps explain this. And with background knowledge of the cultural history of the Mayan civilization, it is easier to understand the factors that would cause a civilization to drive itself to extinction. Without having a knowledgeable background in each of these three minors, students are not afforded the richness of those that can apply other methodologies to these subjects. Not only can students use their knowledge interchangeably among their three minors, but each discipline offers the ability to transfer their knowledge to outside fields as well. Watching a film or performance, a psychologist is able to pull out different meanings or question what more the film was trying to say outside of the dialogue that an engineer may not catch. A historian may have a better understanding for a country's rebellion than a physical scientist who may not consider factors other than objective truths. Together, these three minors form a solid foundation for understanding humankind. Sociology classes help to provide a different approach to thinking during psychology classes. Significant historical events in history classes take on new meanings thanks to his perspective acquired as a sociology student. From how man has dealt with different circumstances in the past to how and why society influences the way we deal with major events today and ways that we can improve on our society and our decisions in the future. I feel these three minors are interwoven and together provide a unique perspective. As Dr. Birthright noted, it is insight that is largely unavailable to those outside the interdisciplinary studies program at LSU. Those studying interdisciplinary studies at other major research universities study under American studies, but they generally come from a particular field and have to be willing to look at subjects from a point of view different from their chosen discipline. Interdisciplinary studies offers a greater flexibility and freedom to students. Instead of being restricted by the perimeters of one discipline, students have the flexibility that can keep things interesting and fresh and allow them to carve out their own niche of academia.